a breathtaking panorama of a vast, untouched mountain range. A lone wolf, sleek and powerful, traverses the rugged terrain with effortless grace. Its eyes, sharp and intelligent, scan the horizon. The music is evocative, hinting at both solitude and strength. In the sprawling wilderness of the modern dating world, a landscape often dominated by the loud pronouncements of alphas and the compliant echoes of betas, there exists a different breed of individual, the sigma. Like the lone wolf navigating a hidden trail, they are comfortable in their solitude, self-contained yet possessing an innate capacity for forging deep, meaningful connections. Have you ever crossed paths with someone who seems to walk their own path, unfazed by the ever-shifting tides of societal expectations? Someone who radiates a quiet confidence, a self-assuredness that doesn't demand attention, but subtly commands respect? If so, you may have encountered a sigma. Today we embark on a journey to understand this rare and fascinating archetype, to explore how these independent spirits navigate the often turbulent waters of dating and relationships. We're not here to offer the same tired dating advice you've heard 1,000 times before. Forget the manipulative tactics and the superficial strategies. This is about delving deep into the very core of the Sigma's mindset. We're talking about individuals, both men and women, who share a common thread: an unyielding independence, a deep-seated self-reliance, and an unwavering preference for authenticity in all things. They are the quiet observers, the thoughtful strategists, the ones who value quality over quantity, depth over superficiality. They embrace solitude not out of fear, but out of a profound understanding of their own needs. The purpose of this exploration is to uncover how these unique traits, these defining characteristics, shape the Sigma's approach to relationships. How does their inherent independence influence their choice of partner? How does their commitment to authenticity impact the way they connect with others? And ultimately, how does their desire for lasting, meaningful connections guide them toward finding love, not on society's terms but on their own terms? So prepare yourself. Get ready to unlock the secrets of the Sigma's heart. We'll delve into the intricacies of their personalities, discover the keys to attracting a Sigma if you're not one yourself, and, perhaps most importantly, explore how each of us can embrace our own inner Sigma in the pursuit of more meaningful, more fulfilling relationships. This journey will challenge your preconceived notions about dating and love, and perhaps it will even inspire you to embrace a more authentic, more independent approach to your own life. Let's begin. Imagine a world where everyone wears masks, where social interactions are a carefully choreographed performance, and individuals mold themselves to fit the ever-changing trends, all in a desperate attempt to fit in. Now picture someone who dares to be different, someone who throws away the mask and embraces their true self, flaws and all. That's the Sigma. Their authenticity is like a beacon in the fog, drawing in those who appreciate genuine connection over superficial charm, substance over pretense. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman I once knew, who embodied the Sigma spirit. A talented artist with a passion for environmental activism, she found herself at a high society gathering, surrounded by people more interested in their stock portfolios than the state of the planet. While others engaged in polite yet ultimately meaningless small talk, Sarah, in her paint-stained boots, openly discussed her latest project, turning recycled materials into thought-provoking sculptures that challenged the very notion of consumerism. A man, initially drawn to her unconventional aura, attempted to impress her with tales of his lavish lifestyle and material possessions. Sarah, however, remained unfazed, her gaze steady, her responses honest and direct, revealing her disinterest in his world. She wouldn't pretend to be impressed to stoke his ego, and she would not be impressed just because it was expected of her. Most of the people in the room looked at her like she had two heads. In the end, she did not make a love connection with that man, but she caught the eye of a fellow artist, a quiet observer who valued her authenticity and shared her passion for a more meaningful existence. He approached her not with boasts of wealth, but with a genuine curiosity about her work, and they ended up talking for hours, forging a connection based on shared values and a mutual respect for each other's individuality. It was clear that The right person for her was not going to fall for a false version of her. As renowned psychologist Dr. Brené Brown once said, "Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are." This quote perfectly encapsulates the Sigma's approach to life and love. So how can you cultivate this same level of authenticity in your own dating life? First, know thyself. Engage in some serious self-reflection. Understand your own values, your passions, your boundaries. What truly matters to you? What are your dreams and aspirations? What are your deal breakers in a relationship? Second, embrace your quirks. We all have them, those unique qualities that make us who we are. Stop hiding them. Stop trying to sand down the edges to fit into some prefabricated mold. Instead, let them shine. Your quirks are not flaws. They are features that will attract those who are genuinely compatible with you. And finally, remember that honesty is the best policy, especially in dating. Open and honest communication, even if it feels vulnerable, is essential. Don't be afraid to express your true thoughts and feelings, even if they differ from the other person's. The Sigma understands that being true to yourself isn't always easy, especially in a world that often rewards conformity. But it's the only path to attracting someone who truly appreciates you. Not a fabricated version of you, but the real, unadulterated you. It is the path to a relationship based on a solid foundation of truth, not a flimsy facade of pretense. Picture a majestic eagle soaring through the vast expanse of the sky, wings outstretched, a symbol of self-reliance, freedom, and untamed spirit. That's the essence of independence that resides deep within the Sigma. They don't need a partner to complete them. They are already whole, a complete circle unto themselves. This self-sufficiency, this inherent wholeness, is not a barrier to love, but rather a powerful magnet that draws in partners who respect their autonomy, who admire their strength, and who are secure enough in themselves to not be threatened by their independent nature. Let's talk about David, a Sigma male I once knew. A gifted musician, he poured his heart and soul into his craft, spending countless hours honing his skills, composing his own music, and performing at local venues. He was in a relationship with a woman who, at first, was drawn to his passion and talent. But as time went on, she began to resent the time he dedicated to his music. She wanted him to be more focused on her, on their relationship, on building a traditional life together. David, however, refused to abandon his passion. He understood that his music was an integral part of who he was, and he wasn't willing to sacrifice it for anyone. He tried to explain that his independence, his need for creative expression, didn't diminish his love for her. But she couldn't understand. Their relationship eventually ended, not because David was incapable of commitment, but because he was unwilling to compromise his core self for a relationship that demanded he diminish his spirit. It wasn't easy for him, but he eventually met a woman who was a Sigma in her own right. She was a writer and fully embraced his need for creative time and space, as she needed the same for herself. They thrived together, two independent souls who respected and encouraged each other's individuality. This highlights a common misconception about Sigmas, that they are commitment-phobic or incapable of intimacy. This couldn't be further from the truth. They simply value their freedom and seek partners who understand and respect that need, who don't try to clip their wings. The truth is, Sigmas are capable of profound intimacy, but it must be with someone who values their independence as much as they do, someone who sees their self-reliance not as a threat but as a strength. So how can you cultivate this empowering sense of independence in your own life? First, cultivate your own life. Separate and apart from any relationship. Develop your own hobbies. Nurture your interests. Build a strong social circle of friends who share your passions. Don't wait for a partner to define your happiness or give your life meaning. Create your own meaning. Second, learn to set healthy boundaries. This is crucial for any relationship, but especially for Sigmas, who value their autonomy. Communicate your needs and limits clearly and respectfully. Let your partner know what you're comfortable with and what you're not. Don't be afraid to say no when you need to. And finally, Embrace solitude. Earn to enjoy your own company. Spend time alone, not out of loneliness, but out of a desire to connect with yourself, to recharge your batteries, to pursue your own interests without distraction. Many people are uncomfortable being alone with their own thoughts, but this is a skill that can be developed and is absolutely crucial for mental well-being. For a Sigma, independence isn't about being alone. It's about being strong enough to stand alone, secure in your own identity, yet open enough to welcome a partner who enhances your journey, not defines it. A partner who walks beside you, not in front or behind, but as an equal, a fellow traveler on the road of life. It is about having a partner who adds to your life, but does not complete it, because you were already complete to begin with. While the Sigma walks a solitary path, often preferring the quiet comfort of their own company, they are not devoid of the desire for deep, meaningful connection. They seek a bond that transcends the superficial, a relationship built on shared values, mutual respect, and a profound understanding of one another. They're not looking for just any port in a storm to escape the crashing waves of loneliness. They're searching for a safe, secure harbor where they can anchor their soul, a place where they can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. Take, for instance, the story of James, a Sigma man I had the privilege of knowing. A talented writer with a deep love for philosophy and a quiet intensity that drew people in. He had his share of brief relationships, but none that truly satisfied his yearning for a deeper connection. He wasn't interested in casual flings or superficial romances. He longed for a partner who could engage him on an intellectual level, someone who shared his values and understood his need for both connection and solitude. Many around him urged him to settle, to compromise, to accept a relationship that was good enough. But James remained steadfast in his pursuit of a relationship that truly resonated with his soul. He knew that settling for less than he deserved would only lead to a slow, quiet withering of his spirit. He continued to focus on his writing, to explore his inner world, and to engage in meaningful conversations with the few people he allowed into his inner circle. Then one day he met her, at a small gathering of intellectuals, a woman who was just as comfortable in silence as she was in deep conversation, a woman who valued authenticity and independence as much as he did. They connected instantly, not through superficial pleasantries, but through a shared passion for ideas, a mutual respect for each other's individuality, and a deep understanding of the other's need for both connection and solitude. Their relationship was not a whirlwind romance, but a slow, steady burn, a bond that grew stronger with each passing day, nurtured by shared values, mutual respect, and a profound understanding of one another's souls. As relationship expert Dr. John Gottman once said, "Lasting love is created through small, everyday moments of connection, where partners turn towards each other and show they care." This perfectly describes the type of connection that Sigmas crave, not grand gestures or fleeting moments of passion, but a consistent, unwavering presence, a deep and abiding understanding that transcends the ups and downs of everyday life. So how can you find this kind of lasting connection, the kind that nourishes your soul and allows you to thrive? First, define your non-negotiables. What are the core values that are essential to your long-term happiness? What are your relationship needs? The things you absolutely must have in a partner to feel fulfilled and secure. Is it intellectual stimulation, shared interests, or emotional expressiveness? Is it someone who values family, or someone who shares your passion for adventure? Write them down, understand them, and don't compromise on them. Second, communicate deeply. Engage in meaningful conversations with potential partners. Explore their beliefs, their dreams, their fears. Don't be afraid to delve into the deeper aspects of their personality. Ask the tough questions. Share your own inner world. True connection is built on vulnerability and honesty. And finally, look beyond the surface. Assess compatibility beyond the initial spark of attraction. Consider factors like shared interests, communication styles, and long-term goals. Do you envision a similar future? Do you approach life with a similar mindset? Are you fundamentally compatible on a deeper level? The Sigma understands that a lasting connection is not a fairy tale. It's not something that magically happens. It's a conscious choice. A commitment to nurturing a bond that grows stronger with time, like a mighty oak, weathering every storm together, its roots intertwined, its branches reaching for the sky. A testament to the enduring power of a love built on a foundation of authenticity, independence, and a shared vision for the future. If you find yourself drawn to the enigmatic aura of a Sigma, to their quiet, confidence, and independent spirit, you might be wondering how to capture their attention, how to connect with someone who seems to exist in a world of their own. The key is not to chase, not to overwhelm them with attention, but to understand their unique nature and appreciate their profound need for authenticity and independence. Remember, they're not playing hard to get. They're simply marching to the beat of their own drum, guided by their internal compass, not by the expectations of others. So how do you navigate this delicate dance? First, respect their space. Give them the time and space they need to be alone, to recharge, to pursue their own interests. Don't try to force them into social situations they're not comfortable with. Don't bombard them with constant communication. Understand that their need for solitude is not a rejection of you, but a fundamental aspect of their personality. Second, be authentic yourself. Sigmas have a finely tuned radar for pretense and are drawn to genuine individuals like moths to a flame. Don't try to be someone you're not to impress them. Don't pretend to share their interests or agree with their opinions just to win their favor. Be true to yourself, flaws and all. Your authenticity will be far more attractive to a Sigma than any fabricated persona. Third, engage in meaningful conversations. Skip the superficial small talk and delve into topics that stimulate their intellect, that reveal their inner world, that spark their curiosity. Discuss ideas, not just events. Share your passions, your dreams, your fears. Ask them about theirs. Sigmas crave depth and are more likely to connect with someone who can engage them on a meaningful level. Fourth, demonstrate your own independence. Show them that you have a full life outside of any potential relationship, that you're not looking for someone to complete you, but to complement you. Pursue your own passions, cultivate your own interests, and maintain your own social circle. Your self-sufficiency will be a powerful draw for a Sigma who values independence as much as you do. Show them through action that you are independent and secure in your own life. Finally, be patient. Building trust with a Sigma takes time. They are not quick to open up to just anyone. They need to know that you're genuinely interested in them, that you respect their boundaries, and that you're willing to let the relationship develop at its own pace. Don't rush the process, don't try to force a connection. Let it unfold naturally, like a delicate flower slowly opening its petals to the sun. Let me share a story with you about a successful relationship between a Sigma man, a software developer named Alex, and a non-Sigma woman, a teacher named Lisa. Lisa was initially drawn to Alex's quiet intensity, his sharp intellect, and his obvious independence. She respected his need for alone time, understanding that it was during these periods that he worked on his coding projects, his passion. Instead of feeling neglected, she used that time to focus on her own hobbies, her love for painting, and her book club. She never tried to change him, to mold him into someone he wasn't. She appreciated his quirks, his unique way of looking at the world, and his unwavering authenticity. She engaged him in deep, meaningful conversations about topics that fascinated him, showing genuine interest in his work and his thoughts. They had long talks about technology, the future, and human psychology. Their relationship developed slowly, built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared values, and a deep appreciation for each other's individuality. Lisa never tried to make Alex the center of her world, and he, in turn, cherished her for her strength, her independence, and her unwavering support of his passions. Attracting a Sigma is not about playing games. It's not about employing manipulative tactics or trying to fit into some preconceived mold. It's about demonstrating that you're a secure, independent individual who values genuine connection as much as they do. Someone who is comfortable in their own skin, who has their own life, and who is willing to walk alongside a Sigma not to chase them, but to join them on their unique journey through life, respecting their need for solitude, celebrating their authenticity, and appreciating the depth and richness they bring to any relationship. The Sigma's path to dating is a testament to the power of self-awareness, the allure of authenticity, and the beauty of a connection that honors individuality, that celebrates the unique spirit of each person. Whether you identify as a Sigma or are simply intrigued by their unique approach to life, there's a valuable lesson here for all of us. In a world obsessed with conformity, in a society that often tries to force us into predefined molds, embracing your true self and forging your own path is perhaps the most attractive quality of all. It's about recognizing that true connection comes not from pretending to be someone you're not, but from embracing who you are in all your glorious uniqueness. Throughout this exploration, we've delved into the importance of authenticity. How being true to yourself is the foundation upon which all meaningful relationships are built. We've examined the power of independence, how cultivating your own life, separate and apart from any relationship, not only makes you a more interesting person, but also attracts partners who respect your autonomy and strength. We've uncovered the Sigma's approach to lasting connections, their desire for a bond that transcends the superficial, a relationship built on shared values, mutual respect, and a profound understanding of one another. And we've explored practical tips for attracting and understanding a Sigma, emphasizing the importance of respecting their space, being authentic yourself, engaging in meaningful conversations, demonstrating your own independence, and above all, being patient. Now, I encourage you to embrace your inner Sigma, regardless of your personality type. Prioritize authenticity in your interactions, cultivate your independence, and seek meaningful connections that nourish your soul. Don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd, to walk your own path, to march to the beat of your own drum. And so, I leave you with this final thought. Dare to be different, dare to be authentic, dare to walk your own path, even if it's a solitary one at times. Embrace your quirks, your passions, your unique perspective on the world. And who knows, you might just find that the love you've been searching for, the deep, meaningful connection you crave, was within you all along, waiting to be unlocked. Just like a true Sigma, waiting for the right person to recognize and appreciate the unique and beautiful spirit that you are.